Could you survive the Siberian cold with just a coat? Imagine this. You wake up in the middle of Siberia, no phone, no map, no rescue team on the way. The wind howls like a pack of wolves hungry for your soul, and the snow feels like an endless ocean of white swallowing the horizon. But here's the catch. You've got only one coat. A high-tech, NASA-engineered survival-grade parka, no, just a coat. Maybe the same one you wear when it's a little chilly outside in November. Here's the big question. Would you survive the brutal Siberian cold with only that? Stick around because in the next few minutes we are going to peel back the layers, literally, and uncover what it would really take to outlast one of the deadliest environments on Earth. Spoiler alert, Hollywood survival scenes might have lied to you. Now, before we jump into the freezing nightmare, let me give you a quick teaser. Picture your eyelashes freezing shut after a single blink. Your breath turns into ice crystals so fast it's like you're exhaling glitter. And if you take off your gloves to send one last dramatic text, forget it. You won't even have the time to finish the word help before your fingers stop cooperating. Sounds terrifying? Oh, it is. But it's also fascinating, because humans have this weird ability to endure insane conditions, if we know the tricks. That's exactly what this journey is about. Here's where things get interesting. The average Siberian winter temperature can drop to 40 degrees. That's 40 degrees for my American friends, conveniently the same number, because that's where Celsius and Fahrenheit shake hands and both say you're screwed. In these conditions, survival is not just about having a coat. It's about understanding how your body reacts, how fast hypothermia creeps in, and whether your brain can stay sharp enough to make life-saving decisions when everything around you screams panic. But don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those slow, boring textbook lectures. No way. We're about to dive into the crazy, funny, and downright horrifying science of staying alive in the cold. You'll hear what frostbite actually feels like, why Siberian locals might laugh at your city coat, and the bizarre ways people have hacked survival in the snow. Trust me, by the end, you'll either want to pack 10 coats or book the next flight just to prove everyone wrong. So grab your imaginary coat, zip it up tight, and let's step into the frozen jaws of Siberia. And remember, if you think one coat is enough, you might want to think again. All right, let's get down to the icy science of Siberia. First off, your coat isn't magic. It's a layer of protection against the relentless cold, but it's only as good as what's underneath and how you use it. Hypothermia is the real villain here, creeping in silently. Your body starts prioritizing keeping your core organs warm, which means fingers, toes, and ears get the coldest fastest. You'll feel that tingling numbness that slowly turns into an unbearable ache. And if you don't act fast, your body starts shutting down. That's why layering, even under a single coat, can make a huge difference. Think thermal underwear, wool socks, scarves, and even newspaper if you have to improvise. Yes, newspaper. It traps air, and air is the unsung hero of insulation. But surviving isn't just about what you wear, it's about how you move. Staying active generates heat, but overexertion sweats through your layers, making you colder when you stop. It's a delicate dance. Walk enough to keep warm, but don't turn into a human puddle. And then there's the mental game. Fear accelerates heat loss. Panic makes your body burn energy faster, so staying calm while shivering like a cartoon character is surprisingly crucial. Siberians aren't superhuman, they just mastered the art of mental endurance. Let's talk real-world tricks. Covering every inch of skin is critical. Gloves, hats, scarves, face masks, even tape over your ears if necessary. Did you know frostbite can strike in under 5 minutes at extreme temperatures? That's enough time to realize your fashionable coat isn't cutting it. And hydration? You might think you can survive longer without water, but dehydration actually speeds up hypothermia. Your body uses water to circulate heat, so sipping lukewarm fluids can make a difference. Oh, and don't even think about alcohol, it's a trap. It feels warm, but it makes you lose heat faster. Here's the funny yet terrifying part. When your body freezes, your thoughts get weird. Time seems slower, everything hurts more, and your brain might suggest bizarre solutions, like rubbing snow on your face thinking it'll wake you up. Spoiler, it won't. Survival is about planning, patience, and respecting the cold like an uninvited but deadly guest. Even with a single coat, there are ways to cheat death. if you know how to layer, move, and keep your mind sharp. By the way, this isn't just theoretical. Adventurers, scientists, and even lost tourists have used tiny tricks to survive Siberian hellscapes. From building snow shelters that trap heat like ovens, to using body heat strategically by huddling with others, to improvising with what's at hand, you'd be amazed what works. Next up, in part 3, we'll dive into the crazy survival stories that make you laugh, shiver, and maybe never complain about winter in your city again. Now let S step into the chilling tales of those who actually faced Siberia, S wrath with little more than hope, and maybe a single coat. Imagine a scientist stranded during a blizzard while conducting field research. Temperatures plummeting past 40 degrees, and the wind feels like it's sanding your face. With only a basic winter coat and a backpack of essentials, he had to improvise fast. He discovered that snow could act as insulation. Digging a shallow trench and covering himself like a human burrito actually preserved heat far better than his fancy coat alone. Lesson learned. Mother Nature gives no mercy, but she rewards ingenuity. Then there's the story of a lost hiker who underestimated the Siberian cold. He thought his thick coat was enough, like wearing a fluffy pillow and calling it armor. Within hours, frostbite crept up his fingers, and panic set in. But here is the twist. He remembered a trick from survival guides, keeping extremities pressed against his core and creating micro-layers with spare clothing. The slow march toward shelter became a battle of endurance, strategy, and mental fortitude. By the time rescue arrived, his coat alone would have failed miserably if he hadn't applied every survival hack imaginable. The takeaway? It's not the coat. It's how you use your brain that counts. Siberia also has its humorous survival stories. One adventurer, convinced that luxury trumps practicality, wore designer boots and a stylish coat. Within minutes, he was sinking into snow, slipping on ice, and regretting every fashion choice. Meanwhile, a local hunter with patched-up layers and a scruffy fur hat laughed from the sidelines, sipping hot tea from a thermos. The lesson is simple: survival style, survival success. In extreme cold, function always wins over fashion. Another bizarre story involves the legendary dog sled endurance races. Competitors have survived weeks in Siberian wilderness with minimal gear, learning to rely on animal heat, strategic rest, and sheer stubbornness. Some wrapped themselves in multiple layers of animal fur. Others used snow caves to trap warmth. They proved that a single coat can be part of the survival puzzle, but it is only effective when combined with clever tactics, constant movement, and respecting the cold's deadly rules. By now it's clear, Siberia doesn't care if your coat is expensive or trendy. Survival depends on ingenuity, preparation, and sometimes a little absurd improvisation. Whether it's using snow as insulation, huddling for warmth, or maintaining mental calm while your toes scream in pain, humans have shown time and time again that one coat might just be enough, if paired with intelligence and courage. Next, in Part 4, we'll explore the ultimate survival checklist, the lessons learned from these stories, and how you could theoretically survive with just one coat, even if the odds seem impossible. Alright, we've explored the brutal science, the survival tricks, and the jaw-dropping stories from Siberia's frozen wilderness. Now it's time to wrap it all up with the ultimate survival checklist. And yes, this is where your single coat can actually become your secret weapon. First and foremost, layering. Under that coat, you want thermal base layers, wool socks, gloves, and hats. Even if it's not stylish, it's essential. Layer traps air, and air equals insulation. Think of it as building a personal heat fortress around your body. Next, movement is critical. Still in sub-zero temperatures is basically an invitation for hypothermia. Walking, gentle exercise, or even marching in place keeps blood flowing and generates heat. But avoid sweating. Sweat chills you down faster than the Siberian wind itself. And don't forget hydration. Warm fluids help maintain circulation. Hot tea, broth, or even lukewarm water can make a huge difference. The alcohol, it feels warm but literally steals your body heat. Let's talk shelter. A coat alone won't protect you from wind or snowstorms, so find or improvise shelter whenever possible. Snow caves, lean-tos, or even small depressions in the terrain can trap heat better than a coat alone. Huddling with others or using any available materials, like branches or even spare clothing, creates microclimates that can be life-saving. And finally, mental endurance. Fear accelerates heat loss. Panic makes your body burn energy quickly. Staying calm, even while teeth are chattering and frost nips at your toes, is surprisingly powerful. Your brain is one of your best survival tools. Here's the takeaway. A single coat can be enough, only when paired with smart layering, continuous movement, hydration, mental fortitude, and creative use of the environment. Forget the fantasy of heroically surviving in a thin jacket while the wind howls. Survival in Siberia is strategy, resilience, and a touch of improvisation. Every story we've seen, scientists, hikers, adventurers, teaches the same lesson. Respect the cold, prepare meticulously, and use your brain as much as your body. So the next time someone asks, "Could you survive Siberia with just one coat?" you can confidently answer, "Maybe," but only if you are ready to outsmart the cold at every turn. From layering cleverly to using snow as insulation, to maintaining calm while hypothermia knocks on the door, surviving is about strategy, not fashion. And remember, every extreme environment rewards respect, planning, and ingenuity. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Siberian survival, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more incredible survival stories, mind-blowing science, and tips that could actually save your life. Smash that like button if you learned something new today, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to explore the limits of human endurance. Stay warm, stay curious, and remember, your coat might just be your best friend in the coldest places on Earth.